Canadian Pacific raised the tracks several feet, cutting off access to the parking lot and the riverfront on the other side. They're not used to hearing the sound of gunshots on their street. Last night, they heard 2. This is one of 15 plows that will hit the road once the snow starts. This is an example of a controlled burn out here in Tipton, Iowa. These HESCO barriers that I'm sitting on are the only thing keeping downtown businesses dry. That shooting between 3 cars ended with 1 man dead in front of City Hall in the middle of the day and right across the street from the Moline Police Department. The weather is warm, it is sunny out. That's bringing these crowds of people out here to Vanderveer Park, to the South Fountain. Someone thought it would be a great idea to drive around these orange barrels and into the construction zone, driving through freshly poured concrete. Neighbors tell me that their street, they are not used to hearing the sound of gunshots on their street. Last night, they heard 2. And one longtime resident tells us the house, which has been a rental property for the past 30 years, has a history of police visits. Now, police say the disturbance led to a physical fight on the front porch of the home. 2 windows were broken and a vehicle damaged. 1 man was cut from the broken window and treated on scene. No other injuries were reported. Officers got a search warrant and arrested 4 adult men in the home. 2 18-year-olds, a 21-year-old, and a 42-year-old, all in jail on drug-related offenses, including possession of a controlled substance, being marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia, and interference of official acts. Police do say no firearm was found. Now, I asked police about their past calls to this home. They gave me the information for last year, for 2018. They were out at this address in June for a damage call and out on this block twice in May and July for disturbance calls. I'm live here in Davenport. James Sears, Local 4 News. Canadian Pacific raised the tracks several feet, cutting off access to the parking lot and the riverfront on the other side. Now, it says the railway will raise the street to meet the level of those tracks at its own expense. We saw Canadian Pacific do this already for the River Bandits home opener last month. Crews created a pedestrian walkway to get baseball fans over the tracks and into modern Woodman Park. Starting Monday, Canadian Pacific Media Relations Manager Andy Cummings says crews will restore the road crossings in the order the city of Davenport has requested. That's not soon enough for the Freight House Farmers Market. It'll be back on River Drive this weekend for the first time since the flooding forced it to relocate. Its director, Lori Beeman, tells us she's not happy they weren't consulted before the tracks were raised in the first place.
It's already been a struggle starting the season, and then you start looking at month, 2 months. Even a temporary one is going to cause more problems because it's going to take away the entrances here in Ripley to do it correctly.
The Freight House Farmers Market is open from 8 to 1 tomorrow. Then it's throwing a bring it home party from 4 to 8. Now, neither Canadian Pacific nor the city of Davenport could tell me how long the temporary tracks and raised crossings will remain in place. I'm here in Davenport. James Sears, Local 4 News. There was a scare at Davenport Central High School this morning, an incident that police were called out to that turned out to be ultimately nothing. We posted that story on our website, and then we got a tip on the Arquand Cities app that a lockdown happened here at Lourdes Catholic School Tuesday, where parents showed up to find squad cars in the parking lot. Now, Our Lady of Lourdes pastor, Father Jason Croson, tells me the school got word that a parent who lost custody was on her way to pick up her child and was possibly armed and dangerous. Police were called, but Bettendorf Chief Keith Kimball told Local 4 the responding officers didn't know of a civil commitment order that the sheriff's office had to serve on that parent to get a mental health evaluation. Arrangements had been made in advance with a family member to get her child. Kimball says the parent didn't know this was happening and was cooperative the whole time. A gun was never displayed, nor a threat ever made. No charges have been filed. Now, the lockdown lasted 10 to 15 minutes. Father Croson tells me that an email went out to parents letting them know the situation. But at dismissal time, a lot of those parents were already in their cars, and he admits that they might not have known about it. So the school is working right now on a way to get a text messaging system to better notify parents. I'm here in Bettendorf. James Sears, Local 4 News. Highly traveled roads are the worst because of the continual wear and tear on the pavement. I'm at the base of the Centennial Bridge coming into Rock Island at 3rd Avenue and 15th Street, where you can see potholes of many sizes in all directions. Now, the trucks were out today. I saw one in downtown Davenport moving quickly using that old fill and go method. Moline Public Works tell us they had 4 trucks out all day patching potholes. One crew came back 5 or 6 times for a refill. They'll be back out tomorrow, taking advantage of the nicer weather with a longer shift of 10 to 12 hours. Some people I spoke with today say this seems like the worst it's ever been.
Man, tragic. Everybody cars getting messed up. And I mean, the city got a whole lot of money. Why not fix these potholes, really?
I just lost a tire, bent my rim. I'm like, is the city gonna pay for it if I get a flat?
Now, most potholes are filled within 48 hours. If you see one, you're asked to let your Public Works Department know by phone, by website, or app. And we'll have a link to all of those options on our website, arquatcities.com. I'm in Rock Island. James Sears, Local 4 News.